Welcome everyone to Your Little Castle Show. We do get to do some exciting things here in our little studio and get to meet all kinds of people who are just out there making the world happen. Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things. Where do you like nice things? Well, most of us have most of the nice things we have in our life in our little castle, right? So with that, we've got that all set up for you, and we're excited to have you guys join us on our show here today. Well, welcome Selena on our far end over there, and then Nathan right here. You guys are the owners of. I'm going to put on the wall there for you guys. So you've got a great looking website. You've got some great reviews. You've got some great social media. You guys are generally just on the ball. Would you agree that's kind of what you've managed to do to help put your word out there and show people a little bit what you can do?
Yeah, we try to stay on top of it, get photos, and showcase our work and things of that nature.
Well, that's key to what you do these days to survive from a business perspective, because there are so often it gets very competitive, doesn't it? We've got a lot that goes on in this little world, and this new social media thing. But when I figured out that we could do a TV show and highlight those leaders that are making a difference, and we found you guys and the work that you guys are doing, we thought we got to invite you guys to come on. So thank you and welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So Selena, you've been working with Nathan now for a long time. What's it like helping to make this thing happen?
It's been pretty good watching him just start from the bottom and just work his way up and build the business as he has. I'm really proud of him. He's been doing a really good job.
And then with that, Nathan, you tell me, what was it that compelled you to get into this?
Well, my whole family on my dad's side is all tradesmen, and I've been working in the trades a long time and always had dreams of having a business, and my dream is to have a business that works with at-risk young men and teach them a trade. And I was working in the Carpenters Union and got laid off, and figured what better time than now, and so I took the plunge and started my own business in January of 2021, and we've been going strong ever since.
And so you do have a number of years in business. This is not just, I'm saying in the trade, I should say. You've been actually out in the field, building and constructing. When did you first start developing your skills? When were you first working in the industry?
Probably about 2002 is when I really started getting into the trades.
Okay. Yeah, so that's 22 years of you working out in the field. That's a couple decades. So by now, it's obvious we're going to show off a lot of Nathan's great work he's got here, and it's easy to see why the stuff he has looks so good. I'll go ahead and do a wide picture of everything we've got here, but great looking website, lots of great information they have to share with you. But yeah, that's exciting to see now. 22 years, and like myself, like a lot of people, one day he said, I think I can do this myself and maybe enjoy a little bit more of the freedom, more autonomy, a little more control you have over the final product. Selena, is he doing a good job so far, do you think?
He's doing a really good job. He works hard at it every day, so not many days off.
Yeah, my dad told me back when I was first getting into this, wanted to have my own business. He says, now you don't have a boss, but I'll hold the pencil up for this one. Tell me, everyone is your boss. Is that the truth? Now all your clients, they get to tell you what it is they need when they need it. Nathan, have you experienced that a little bit?
Oh yeah, yes. Each and every one is my boss. So definitely, they pay the bills, and we're thankful for the customers. And yeah, they're whatever they want. We try to build their dreams. Lots of times homeowners come to me with just an idea, and I do a lot of my own sketches and detailed drawings, and I try to make their dreams a realization and build them something that they'll enjoy the rest of their life.
Well, that's key to it. I mean, getting in there and getting hands-on. You're not just the foreman, but you're also the repairman and also the person who manages the projects. Selena, is he doing a good job? You have to help with him. You're on the back end, making sure the clients get called and the goods get delivered, and everybody has work to do, and lining up all the guys you hire, you contract, and contractors and employees, and everybody you've got working for you. Has this come together pretty well for you?
Yeah, it's a lot put into it, but I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes, and sometimes I feel like I drop the ball, but he's right there to.
Yeah, well, that's the truth. I'll never forget, I made this joke before. I was talking to somebody. The first day I worked at Anheuser-Busch, when I just got in, I was 25 years old, and I made some little mistake, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to fire me. This is going to be terrible. I can't believe, what am I going to do? And I went and I ran and told my boss, I said, hey, this is what happened. I messed up a little bit. And he said, That's all right. We got a backup for that. That's not the end of the world. But that's kind of what you've helped me to understand is that that's true everywhere, right? And when there's something, you've got to have somebody there. Hey, we'll take care of it. The show must go on.
Yes.
And is that what Nathan? Is that what you get to do then, Nathan? You're making the show go on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But you've put a lot of work into this, and you've developed your skills, and you've got some great work. What gives you the confidence to really make this thing happen, do you think?
Oh, just driven. I mean, I want to. I'm building in the process of building a successful company from the ground up, and I know that failure is not an option, and lots of times things don't go my way, and if it wasn't for bad luck, I feel I wouldn't have none at all. But I just continue and know that I am in the process of building a very successful and highly reputable business in the home remodelation and construction industry.
Well, yeah, like again, we talk about there's no business out there that hasn't had some kind of hurdles to go through when they're running the company, because it's inevitable that you're going to have some kind of problem, something that you're going to have to deal with that you're going to have to make right. Here's a problem that we just think we've got to deal with, and like you said, the show must go on. You're going to get it done. What is it you think that has helped you to overcome so much of what you've worked on, so that you've been able to maintain yourself and be successful and develop such incredible? I'm pulling up your reviews here. You've got some great reviews. You're on the BBB. How hard has it been to make all of this come together?
Well, I'm just very determined, and I consider myself a very resilient person. When things go bad, I don't get down. I just continue to push forward, and I don't take failure. I see why people say failure is not an option, because when you really look at things like there's no way you could fail, you know you're going to succeed no matter what, then things really aren't that bad. So I always just push forward and try to know that I'm going to be successful.
Well, there it is. You can see on the wall there, the BBB A+ accredited. You guys have been doing this for some time now. And I'm sorry, I got the wrong one there. Oops, let me go back over. And you guys are based out of Belleville, Illinois, is that right?
We're based out of Cutler, Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cutler.
All right. And so tell me, what's that like running a business you're close to the St. Louis metro area, and you get a lot of business from you cover the St. Louis metro area. And is that where you get most of your business from?
Yeah, St. Louis metro area, a little further south around Sparta, Illinois, Marissa, Illinois. I guess it would be St. Louis metro area, but a little further south. Most of our work's right around Sparta, Illinois, Pinckneyville, Cutler, Chester, Illinois. We do a lot of work in those small towns down around there.
And there it is, everybody. Take a look. The same rating, A+ rating you see there, and doing a great job. Obviously, this is paid off for you, Selena. What's it make you feel like to have that A+ rating on the BBB?
It makes me feel good. I'm really proud of them for getting us there.
Well, I can only imagine that after so many years doing this yourself, 22 years is a long time, right? All together, but at least since 2002, it shows you got accredited. You say you started the company. When did you say you started?
2021.
2021. So just a short time after that, got accredited. So yeah, you're going on 3 or 4 years now. 18 years in the field. Would you expect? You knew you were going to be able to do this.
Yeah. Well, I knew failure was not an option. I mean, no matter what, I'm just going to make it work no matter what. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to keep going. So
that's a key right there, everybody. We're going to put up the pencil for everyone. Win, lose, or draw. Failure was not an option. Take out your no. What was it that helped you to determine that there was no way you were going to fail this? And I guess it wasn't so much that you said, sometimes you said if you hadn't had bad luck, you wouldn't have had any luck at all. But you still overcame all that and saw through it and made for a very successful business you've got going now. What is it that helped for you to continue on to do that? Well, you pushed through, right? Is that what you're saying? You said, I'm not giving up. Nothing's going to stop me.
Yeah. Just, I got to work, and I just knew that there was no way, not everybody's successful when they start a business at first, and I knew there's no way that I'm not going to be successful, because I'm I'm too stubborn and hard-headed to give up. So even when the world says no, I say yes, and just it's going to happen no matter what. So.
I like that. That's when we put the Cardinal cowboy hat on, because you're really getting out there. Selena, you kind of giggled when he said that, but that is the case, right?
Yes.
There were times when you were like, "Oh my gosh, what happened here? What's going wrong?" And you said, "Hey, look at this. Nathan pulled through. We made this. He got it done and made the customer happy." Is that what just led to your success, you think?
Yeah, because I mean, even when something's gone wrong, I mean, he may stress for a minute, but it's like he just regroups and just pushes on forward, and I'm just like, it's stressful. I don't know how he does it all the time.
Didn't see that coming, but Nathan made it happen. Well, and it seems as though, I mean, I don't know how often my dad made this point to me many years, thank goodness for my case, but I'm not the smartest, brightest bulb in the box, but I would continue working hard no matter what, right? And it would see, he said, "Carter, those A and B students, they end up working for you, the C student." I was a C student in high school. Did well before that, but high school I just kind of took time off. But it's just, it's the A students, the really smart guys. They're so smart, but they don't have the determination. It seems that we get more determined, and we say, "We're going to make this happen." You were probably an A student and the determined guy, but it seems like you really put this together. Would you say it's that something you had that set you apart, that you were going to make this happen? Where do you think you developed that from?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just my dad and my grandpa are both tradesmen and very hard workers, and just just work hard to achieve the things they have. And yeah, so I just learned from them that through hard work you can achieve anything. Really, anything you want, you can achieve through hard work. So.
Well, the dedication and hard work had that made it come through. So with that, I'm going to show a little bit of the reviews. You can see Nathan has earned quite a bit out there. We're going to put these on the wall for everyone. Take a look here, and you can see 16 reviews, all 5s. How do you think you pulled that off? That's pretty cool, right? We called Nate to check out our roof. We had big problems with birds getting on the roof and in the roof. He was very thorough with inspecting the roof and deterrent to keep the birds away. He also inspected our garage roof and used adhesive to secure so many shingles. Nate was very helpful and affordable. All right, well, now you're getting the word out there. It sounds like that dedication, that hard work has really what's helped make it happen for you. What do you think? How do you think it is you earn so many good reviews?
Just treat people how I want to be treated, and try to make sure everyone's happy when I leave the job. Work on it like it was my house, and I take a lot of pride in my work. I don't do anything spectacular. I just take pride in my work and want to do a good job and want things to look good and people to be happy.
Well, that's what there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hard work beats talent and everything else 100% of the time because of the dedication you're willing to. A famous quote, tell me if you've heard this one. I just saw this the other day, but Babe Ruth is quoted as saying, "It's hard to beat the guy who never gives up." Is that true? If you're never going to quit, you're going to say, "No, throw another pitch. No, throw another pitch. No, throw another pitch." If you never quit, you're going to make it. It sounds like you've got that raw determination developed in a history coming from your family too. Is that right?
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. These are some of the rudimentary elements that we need to make sure that we all understand the basics for what goes into a successful business, right? It's not always the guy who comes in with the big pocketbooks or who's got the most fabulous, shiny new, mechanical devices or machinery, but it's the guy who's willing to put that hard work in there and say, "That truck looks like it's been used a little bit," right? I'm not talking, I didn't see your truck, but I mean, I can imagine you get the guys who put a little sweat equity into this thing to make this thing happen.
Right.
And that's where you feel like you've kind of shined a little bit.
Yeah, I do feel like I've shined. I do in that area because I do put in hard work. I work hard. I work long days, and I take a lot of pride. I want things to look good. I tell the guys that work for me I would rather projects take a little longer and things look good in the long run than get things done fast and they don't look as good. So yeah, I really strive on things looking nice at people's houses. I'd like to think that I'm building things that people will see for a lifetime, that I can drive by a house I built with my kids and grandkids and tell them, "Hey, I did that." And so I just take a lot of pride in that aspect of my job.
Well, I appreciate you kind of contributing some of your perspective here because, like I said, my dad taught me a long time ago. Like I said, there were some kids that were more talented than I was, and they probably had more connections than I had. But when it came down to it, were they willing to put that work in? And that's what you think has really kind of separated you. Because that's my next question here. What's the one thing that really sets your business apart from the rest? If there's anything you say, and maybe you've been saying this, but just say it for me one more time. What is it that really separates you guys from the other guys that are out there doing work?
Yeah, we take a tremendous amount of pride, and we work hard to get the job done, and we pay attention to detail, and it's the little aspects of the job, the attention to detail, that does set you apart from the other guys. You know what I mean? That so many little things on a job that can get looked over when you're trying to knock projects out real fast, and we try to knock them out in a timely manner, no doubt, but we just pay attention to detail and try to make everything look perfect whenever we leave. So
that's the essence to it. Selena, what is it you think it sets you guys apart? Tell me from your perspective a little bit.
I think it's how he interacts with his customers, because I mean, no matter what, it's like if there's any little thing that he feels like they're not happy with, he's going to make sure it's perfect for them. You know what I mean? And I've seen him go back sometimes, and they're happy. Like if something wasn't how they wanted it to begin with, he goes back there, does it just the way they want it, and I think they like that about him.
Yeah, well, back to that mantra that essentially has become a theme for you, I think, and that is, and we put it up on your title up here, because it is our quality and reliability with 100% satisfaction. So if somebody's got an issue, there's something that you could tell, or maybe they tell you, hey, this isn't the way we wanted. You're going in there to make it right.
Yes, no doubt. Yeah, even if I feel I'm right, if that's what they want, I'm going to give them what they want and do it to the best of my ability. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing some of the insight here. And I guess there's so many people, they just think they could never do this. This is impossible. And then when I start watching the other people, I'm like, wait a minute, I could do it as well as those guys. I think you probably said you saw the same thing when you were working with some of the other guys. I can do this, and I can run the show. And in a matter of time, here you are, and now you've got a successful company, and you're running the show.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming in here again to share that with us a little bit, because this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is when you got somebody who just says, hey, man, I don't care what they say. I don't care what people tell me I can or cannot do. I've had people tell me what I wouldn't be able to do, and I said, watch me, right? And then it kind of motivates you a little bit, and you say, hey, man, prove them wrong, and we're going to go out and make this happen anyway. And then here you are with a lot of success and very, very good looking work. We're going to show a lot of the work Nathan's got here. He sent me some last minute photos. We got some really current, up-to-date pictures here. We got them through our email here. This new email thing is catching on, and he sent me a bunch of them here. We're going to share with those a little bit to you. Tell me a time when you felt, though, when you really had a tough situation and you had to go out of your way to help a customer a little bit. Do you have an example, something you can think of when you were like, okay, somebody took advantage of them, but you're going to make this right and you're going to help them?
Yeah, well, actually, a few years ago, it was around Christmas, and a lady, I guess someone ran off with her money and left her in a bad situation with the bathroom remodel, and went over there in the evenings because I was doing it after work because wasn't that big of a job, but anyway, so I was going over there in the evenings, and I knocked it out in about a week or so working after work, and the lady asked me, she said, what do I owe you for the job? And I said, well, you're down on your luck. The people ran off with your money. She obviously didn't have much money to begin with. Her husband was sick. And I said, you don't owe me anything. And she said, I don't owe you anything. I said, no, you don't owe me anything. And she was and then it worked out, because then she said, well, what do you think of that car outside? And I said, oh, it's not bad. What do you want for it? I thought she was going to try to sell me the car. And she knew I had kids that were driving age. And she said, well, you can have that car out there. It was a 2004 Nissan Altima. And she was like, you did something for me without expecting anything back. And she was like, I'm going to do this for you without expecting anything back, and gave me a car because I did a job for her for free. And so I gave the car to my daughter.
Well, there you go, ladies. That's one of the best stories I've ever heard. That's unbelievable. But, I mean, that's true. I'm going to well up here. I'm going to start. Wow.
Trish Rushing, if you're out there, hey, how you
doing? Now, that's a true story of compassion. Just, one hand helps the other, right? So, wow. To get out your pencil, everybody. You never know, and take note here, you never know when what you do many times it goes unnoticed. But in this particular instance, it got noticed pretty quickly. And she says, oh, my gosh. And she probably could afford to, maybe she had 2 cars or whatever it was, but she said, you need a car, you help me, I want to return the favor. Who knows if the car was worth more than what the work you did for her, but it obviously worked out. You just helped each other out there, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that might be the all-time best story we've heard on the show. Come in and share your stories. You've got something like that. You can beat that one. That's a great story, and it really makes you feel like there is a place on this planet for everybody who does want to make a difference, and those who are looking out for each other, and who are really going to make a little exception to make a difference and go out of their way a little bit. So, Selena, what was that like when that story happened? When that happened, what were you thinking?
I'm not surprised. He's got a very big heart, even though he likes to remain stoic all the time. He's he's very compassionate. So, I mean, I'm proud of him. That's just him in a nutshell. Always going out of his way for other people. So,
well, again, we appreciate that, and we are so proud to have you guys on our show. That story makes me just feel good because it seems like it's just with the people who go out of the way to do those kinds of things. I think there was a book. It says this, and some people might. I'm quoting the Bible, but it said, "Whatever you do to the least of my brethren will come back 10 times fold for you." If there's something like that, somebody tell me if I got that right. But it seems like that's kind of the way God made it, and thank goodness He made it that way, right? When you do other good things to help people, and you didn't expect anything from that, then things go around and go your way.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I was very surprised by that. Yep.
Okay, now that's what we really like to share the stories of here on the Your Little Castle show. All right, we're going quickly here. We got a half-hour show here. We're 21 minutes, 50 seconds in right now. But I got a number of things I want to cover here. Tell me, what is in your mind, and both of you answer this for me if you can, what is the biggest mistake that people make when they're deciding to get a renovation done, a construction job done? What mistake do they normally make that they shouldn't make?
I think they like to go with the lowest bid. They see a low price, and a lot of people jump on it because they feel they're going to get a good deal. They're like, oh, we're going to get a good deal. This guy's cheap, you know what I mean? And so lots of times price is a direct reflection of the quality of work. Somebody once told me, they said, if you go to the car lot and they got two Cadillacs and one of them's, and they both look the same, but one of them is significantly cheaper than the other, you're going to wonder what's wrong with this Cadillac. And I feel that homeowners should feel like that with tradesmen. If one is significantly lower than the other, they should be like, well, why is this? Don't jump on it because it's the cheapest deal, because it's the reason that it's the cheapest. So
there's a reason why there's a big cut there. And so many people, and what you're saying, I guess a lot of times they don't get to see the final product yet. This is all theory about what they're going to do. And so here's what we're going to do. Here, you said what you want, but it's for this much cheaper. Something wrong there.
Yes.
Definitely something to consider when you're looking at that. That's a good point, yeah, because a lot of people will just be like, yeah, these guys said the same thing. It's just a lot cheaper. They just get their wood and supplies for half the cost of everybody else. Not the way it works, right?
Correct.
Okay, very good. Tell me then the process. If somebody wants to say, you've impressed me, Nathan, I looked at your work. I saw the interview you had with the cowboy on ABC. I didn't get to see it when it aired, or maybe they did, but they saw it on your website probably later. And they said, I want to work with you. What's the process for somebody that wants to have you come out and do some work for them?
Well, depending on what kind of project it is, if it's a new construction that requires some drawings or even a room addition, like right now we're working on a 2-story room addition, and I drew a detailed sketch, a detailed drawing, and then we come up just with what they want to see. You know, I talk over with the homeowner, what do they want to see, what do they want. Like in the 2-story room addition we're working on now, they wanted a big all-season room with a lot of windows and composite deck on the end of it, and then we just bring them different samples of different windows and siding and show them the different products that we install, and yeah. So
it's as easy as they can just go to your website, though, and get a hold of your phone number right there. He's got a great phone number, by the way, everybody. Check that out. 618-456 ROOF. And on our closing title credits here, we'll translate that ROOF, what that is. And that's so with a
7663.
7663. But remember that. That's all you really need to remember is 456. Everybody knows 618. 456 ROOF. And you can do that. So let me put up on the wall here for everybody. Take a look here. This is Nathan and Selena's website. And you can see lots of great information. Fill out the form you see right here, and that will go right to you guys. And then you can contact them right back, if that's right. And then, or you can call directly in, of course, and because the phone number right there for everybody to see that. A lot of great work there. I had scrolling on behind you while you were doing that. List of your services, what you guys focus on, and everything that you can do to help them as a homeowner to get their house, their most valuable asset, something that they're going to live in for many, many years, maybe pass on to the kids. And we've got a house we're working on now that was my dad's parents, my dad's, and now I'm working with him on it. It's a big Victorian home, and it's got some carriage houses attached to it. We're doing an Airbnb thing with that.
Oh, nice.
So those are fun things that you want to make these things last. You want to get the work done to make them look right. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, so let me go over here. We already queued up all the pictures, everybody. So there we are. And now you can see those up there on our far TV wall. I'm going to put those on the wall. Tell them we've got about 2 minutes here left. Give me a little bit of insight about what these pictures are. What's that first one there? What were you working on there?
Here we did a exposed fastener metal roof, and then we did all new soffit, siding, fascia, Anderson windows, new doors.
Okay. Pretty much doing it all there, right?
Yeah.
You've got the whole thing put together and a lot of work being done with it. All right, well, then tell me a little bit about what you got here. What is this particular picture here? As we scroll through, same house, or is that?
Yeah, same house.
Okay. And a little bit more of it there, and you can see.
Yeah.
But they did windows, fascia, the whole thing, and the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of great work there. What's this? This is kind of a cool looking building. What is this one?
Yeah, that's a 2-story garage with we did lean-to off both sides. The lean-to you see there is a bar area for entertaining and for their pool right there. And
Okay.
then
a little
they
bit
got-
more.
Yeah, lean-to.
Put the
on
boat in
other
there
side,
and a little lounge area. Now this is a good looking one. Tell me about this one. What's going on here?
We did the roof system there. We did. This was a childhood friend of mine, Bucky Ward, in Sparta, Illinois. We did the metal roof across the porch, and then the shingle roof on the house. He actually helped a little bit on that one as well. So I gotta thank you, Bucky, for the hand there.
Sometimes you'll let your friends chip in a little bit as well,
yeah.
right? A little bit more. And so you can see that metal roof. It goes into the traditional shingles, and then is this the side of a? That's a different house, I guess.
Yeah, that's a different house. We did. Should be a picture of the front and the other side. That's the back of it.
Okay.
There's the other side.
Yeah, that's some good looking
There's
siding.
the front. Yeah, we did everything there. We did friend of mine, Billy Hagney, did the basement and the concrete work, and then we did all the framing, siding, soffit, fascia. I did the electrical, and we did the drywall, and then I had someone do the mud tape and paint.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He just named off everything you could ever have to work on a house, all in a few seconds there. And Nathan, you've got a kind of a cool slogan. Share that with everybody.
Yeah, Baker here with Bottom to the Top Construction. If you got a leak in your roof that just won't stop, pick up the phone and call Bottom to the Top. 618-456-ROOF. That's 618-456-7663. We got you covered.
Giddy up. Great work. These guys do incredible stuff, make it look good, and will help you or your business, or your family, I should say, to get it together, make the house look like it should be and what they deserve. You're watching the Your Little Castle show, everybody. Giddy up.